We are going to go over the lunchtime kickoff on Saturday against Brentford at home, live on BT Sport. As always, guys, do not forget to leave a like and subscribe. You know, it goes a long way. So yeah, I think we're on 62 at the moment, but yeah, keep it coming, guys. I really do appreciate it. So we've just got the small matter of Brentford, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way at all. But this is a game where I think we've got to be getting a win, especially at home. We really do have to capitalise on this, but we'll get on to that further in the video. So injury updates is none for us. I think the only real significant one for Brentford is De Silva. He's out injured. That's according to Flash Scores. First, we'll go over the previous meetings because we do love a little bit of a fact file on these games. So since 2017, we've in fact faced Brentford four times. We've won 3 and drawn 1, and we've lost none. That's since 2017. Just to put it out, we did lose them in 2016. But I didn't really want to go too far back because we haven't actually played them as much as I thought we would have. We've played them quite frequently in the past 10 years, but before that it was very rare. The last 10 times we've played them, we've won 5, drawn 2 and lost 3. So again, we've got the upper hand there. And the record at home in the last 5 games is we've won 3, drawn 1 and we've lost 1. The last game that we played against them, I actually remember, it was a quite enjoyable game, was 2nd of January 2018, 3-0 win. Can you name the goal scorers? If you said Neves, you were correct. If you said Barry Douglas, you were also correct. And if you said Diogo Jota, you got the hat-trick. I actually got the Neves free kick on footage. I'll put it somewhere on here. Back when I used to film stuff like that, bear in mind, this is only like 3 years ago. I used to film quite a bit when I was at a game, like free kicks, penalties, after we'd scored. And this is why I won't do like the vlogs, because looking back, I never actually took it in when I was there. I was too focused on, you know, looking through a camera and filming it. And to be fair, the biggest eye-opener was Leicester at home, 4-3, when we won last minute. And Nuno ran down the touchline. And I was quick to get my phone out, and I was trying to set my phone up and film what was going on, because it was scenes, and I kind of realised that I actually missed out on that energy, that celebration and everything. Like, it only wasn't until I watched it back that I realised that Nuno would pegging it down there. Obviously I did see him after I put my phone down. What the fuck's Nuno doing there? And that was the biggest eye opener for me, and this is why I won't do vlogs, match day vlogs. I don't understand like the people who do them, how they get an enjoyment, because it's all, to me, and fair play to them, they do what they got to do, but I don't get how they take it all in and enjoy it when they're constantly looking to a camera or filming. I'm not gonna, you know you know in the Wolves community who does them, and fair play to them, they get a lot of people watching. I don't see the attraction to it personally, and I don't see how they get a full enjoyment of the game and experience, but that's completely tangent stuff. But anyway, yeah, I'll put that up. The predicted lineup, I'm not going to say too much. Look, I think we know what the lineup's going to be. Yeah, do you like my Red Sox? Yeah. The lineup's going to be as it has been for the last 4 Premier League games. So since Bruno's taken over, I nearly said Nuno then. So yeah, Sarr. No, actually, tell a lie. I did actually change. I did change it. I take that back. I do think he's going to slot Bolly in. I really do. I think he was going to take Sace out and he'll put Bolly in. But everyone else, business as usual. So, yeah, completely messed up on professional YouTube creative whatever moment, but yeah, I saw Cody body kill and Marcal, Semedo, Neves, Matinho, Trincao, Raul, Traore. I think that'll be your lineup. I really do. Buddy will probably keep it the same, but that's my. I think he's just got to somehow try and slot Bolly in now. That's Bolly's probably our best out and out centre back. Though I still rate Cody, but you know, that's for another debate. Right. So I'm going to go over, because I've realised that I'm doing these build-ups, and I'm not really talking about the team that we're playing, and I kind of want to give an insight to who the team that we are playing. Hence, there has to be no point to the build-up, and then I'll go over Wolves at the end of it. So we are playing Brentford, as obviously we've stated. The manager is Thomas Frank. Now he plays like this 3-5-2, which sort of goes to a 5-3-2 when they're defensive formation. It's an interesting formation. It's a bold one. He's got there's usually that 3-man midfield by the looks of things. I'm going off by how they've set up in the last couple of games. So it looks like they are one of those who want to flood the midfield, and also a sort of counter-attacking team with the wing-backs pushing on forward with Tony and then Buemo, I think it is, up front. I might be completely wrong, but I'm just going from what I've seen and how they lay out. Their top goal scorers, there's 3 players on 1 goal, which is Ivan Tony, Sergi Canos and Norgard. The one to watch, now, it's not necessarily the best player, but the player I've got to say that I think we should watch out for is that Vitaly Janelt. Now, Janelt, he can play as a 6 or as a centre defensive midfielder, or you can play as the out-and-out centre midfielder as a number 8. He's played for Hamburg, IRB Leipzig and Bochum. Watching some of his style and listening to what other people have to say about him, he comes across as a progressive, creative, left-footed midfielder. He was more of a defensive midfielder in Germany, but Brentford have seemed to have given him more freedom and a lease of life in regards to going forward. So he has got a goal or 2 within him as well. He's a bit like, he reminds me of Neves in ways from what I've seen. He's defensively aggressive. He can control and dictate the play in the midfield, but he also can push on. And his creative spark is his passing and his array of passing. And you can also, you can find him on the edge of the area, like I say, nipping a goal or 2. He's a German under 21 as well, so the German national team seem to rate him. I did read somewhere that he's never really been a player to have settled down, and this is his first club that he's really settled down at with Brentford. So, especially with that 3-man midfield, which can push on to be 5 at times, he can be a general in there, and potentially will be part of our problem in regards to the midfield battle with Matinho and Neves. So yeah, one to watch out for definite. Their danger man, which is obviously, it speaks for itself. They're the most dangerous player to watch out for is Ivan Toney. Everyone knows this. There's no point trying to be obscure. He is the out and out danger man. The notes I've got for him are, most of them off obviously last season with him being at Brentford and absolutely demolishing that league. So Ivan Toney played 48 times, or has played 48 times for Brentford. This is including his Premier League record as well. And he scored 32 goals. He's an English striker, so he's eligible to be called up by Gareth Southgate if wanted to. He was being touted to being called up by the Jamaican national side, but it's alleged that he turned that down because he wants to play for the country that he was actually born in, which was England. He's an expert poacher. Every goal that I've seen him score, doing my research on him, he's very much, don't get me wrong, he scores goals from all parts of the box, but predominantly he's a 6-yard poacher. and that is something that any team should really want in their side. Not only that is he good with his feet, he's also a fantastic aerial presence, and there's a lot of goals I've seen where it's come from crosses, they come from corners, where he's met it from the near side of the box to head across the goalkeeper and into that far corner. That could be a problem for Wolves because we aren't necessarily the best at defending crosses, or haven't been over the past season or two. So if they're going to exploit us somehow using him, that would probably be the most obvious way to exploit us. He's fast. You know, if we play in his high line, that could pose a problem. He's got good composure in front of goal. And he's a penalty specialist. He really is a penalty specialist. It's such a, I don't want to say cocky, but it's a confident. It's not even a run up. It's a stroll up at best. And he's clinical. He's just clinical. You know, well, his record speaks for himself. It's 48 appearances, 32 goals. Don't get me wrong, he's only scored 1 goal in the Premier League so far. But at the end of the day, he's only just started. He had a couple of spells, a couple of games in the Premier League, I think with Newcastle coming off the bench maybe. I've liked Tony for years. I've always been an admirer, and I know it's easy to say, oh, of course you're going to say that. You just want to say it to make it look as if you're intentional. No. I genuinely I've loved watching this guy play. When he was at Northampton, and I think it was 2014, 13, maybe around about then. I can't remember when he signed for Newcastle. But I was saying Wolves should have been looking at him back then. But we didn't, and then he went to Newcastle, and I kind of lost interest in what he was doing because he was a bench warmer, to put it bluntly. And this new career that he's had at Brentford has just set him alight, and he is one to watch as well as Janelle, obviously, but he is out and out the danger man. So yeah, Wolves' case now. We need to kick on from the win. I think I read in a recent interview, Neves said, look, the goal gave them that new lease of life, that energy, that confidence that they required. And they need to capitalise on that now. They need to improve. They all know that. They've come out and said that. I think Neves in the same interview said that they do need to improve. But it's something to build on. Like I say, that Watford win was clinical to our season. We needed that. Just to build. We needed to build. And the table speaks for itself. I mean, obviously you don't take it too seriously right now, but Brentford on 5 points on 10th, we're 13th with 3 points, obviously. But this run for the next 2 months at least could definitely push us up to the top end of the table. Not necessarily Champions League, but you're like fighting for European football. And if we do capitalise on these games now, because it is a good run we could put together, you know, dismantle a few teams 2, 3 or 4-0, which we could have done that against Watford. We could have put 4 past them. It really could push the team in the right direction. And if we do start pushing, you know, higher end of the table come January, if the club are willing to splash out cash on some good players, because we now know that Botman was willing to join Wolves, we know that Renato Sanchez was willing to join Wolves, but the injury and the fee were the problems. Look, if it might have been a case of, look, we'll spend the money if you can prove that you can get the current crop of players to a level. If we get to that level that we think that this team now can potentially push onto, I don't see why players wouldn't be attracted to join us in January. The only problem is January transfer window, usually you have to pay a little bit more. It's one of them. Yeah. My prediction now is going to have to... I do think we're going to put 3 or 4 past them again. I really do. So I'm going to go Wolves 4, Brentford 0. And that is my Wolves versus Brentford preview video. So as always, guys, please leave that like and subscribe. It goes a long way. I am definitely doing a competition for 250 subscribers. I potentially might be doing one for 100, 150. I do want to incorporate that with the Instagram now. So yeah, as always, again, like, subscribe, comment, share, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.